Katrina from Artisan International, and welcome to another Create and Craft with Artisan. Now today's video is a little bit different. We are celebrating National Sewing Machine Day. So National Sewing Machine Day is celebrated every year on June 13th, and it celebrates the invention of the sewing machine, which was created over 150 years ago. Now here at Artisan International, we use sewing machines on a daily basis, whether it be with our participants in workshops, whether it be at our new HQ in Harrogate, or whether our amazing artisans in Ecuador and Peru who are creating beautiful, beautiful products. So today we thought it would be really excellent to do an activity inspired by sewing. So we're going to be creating these really lovely hand-sewn scrunchies. Okay, so to make these lovely scrunchies, what you will need is some scrap fabric. It could be cotton, it could be velvet, it could be an old t-shirt, even some denim. We've got some beautiful stripy fabric here from Ecuador, and it's scrap fabric, so we're going to try and not waste anything. You'll also need some elastic, just some sewing elastic here. It doesn't matter the colour of the elastic because it will be hidden inside the scrunchie. You will need some sharp fabric scissors. You might want to ask a helper to help you with this stage. You'll also need a tape measure or a ruler, a needle and thread, preferably a colour thread that will match your fabric, some safety pins and some drawing pins as well. You can also, if you would like, get some greaseproof paper, some normal paper, and create a template. Okay, so the next stage is you're going to fold your fabric in half. You want inside, so the bit that is hidden, you want that to be the fabric that goes on the outside of your scrunchie. So if you've got two different patterns, you want to make sure the one inside is the one you want to see. Okay, so the next stage is you're going to get your pins, and you're going to pin along the edge, the folded edge of your fabric, just like this, maybe about an inch or so apart. So once you've pinned your fabric, you're going to get your needle and thread, and you're going to do a blanket stitch along the folded edge, okay? So a blanket stitch is where you take your needle all the way through. We'll just do this a couple of times to make sure that it is secure. Okay, so to do a blanket stitch, you're always going to put your needle through the same side of the fabric each time. So the thread is going to go over and loop over the fabric. So we'll go back up here. Then I'll take my needle back around here. Okay, and you're going to do that for the whole of your edge. So once you've finished doing your blanket stitch across the whole top edge of your folded over fabric, you will end up with a tube just like this. As you can see, it's sewn all across that edge. So it might look a little bit messy at the moment, but that's okay because we're going to turn this inside out. So to do that, the next thing you will need is a safety pin. So we're very, very carefully going to pop the safety pin through the top of our fabric, just like so. Then we're going to close the safety pin. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pass this safety pin all the way inside through the tube. And this is going to help turn the fabric inside out to give it a lovely neat edge. You just want to gather it up and thread it through in stages, and then pull the excess fabric back and do that all the way through. Okay, so once you've got the safety pin sticking out the other end, we're going to gently pull it through so it will turn it inside out. Okay. So as you can see now, we've got a super neat edge for our scrunchie. You can now take out this safety pin. Okay, so there we go. The next thing to do is to thread through our elastic. So the elastic is 10 inches long. We're going to take another safety pin and just put it through the top of the elastic very carefully and close that up. Okay, so there you've got your elastic. What we're going to do now is thread the elastic, similar to what we did before, through the tube of fabric. What you need to be careful of though is to not lose the end of your elastic. You want to hold on to this end. So we're going to thread it through. The safety pin basically helps it make it a lot easier to pass it through because you can hold on to it. Okay, so now I have my fabric, and at one end I have the elastic and the other end I have the safety pin, just like this. So what I'm going to do is just gather the fabric into the middle so I have a bit of elastic on either side, and now I'm going to carefully unpin the safety pin and put that away. Okay, so it should look like this. What you're going to do is put the two ends of the elastic together and just pull them through, okay? And what we're going to do is tie a strong knot, okay, just like so. So now the elastic won't fall off, okay? And as you can see, it's starting to look like a scrunchie. What we're going to do now is very carefully with our fabric scissors, just cut the edge of the elastic so it's a bit neater. Okay? Okay, so now we've got it like this, and what we're going to do is just carefully move the fabric around so the elastic knot is hidden and tucked inside the fabric. Okay, so now you can't see the elastic. What we're going to do now to finish off the scrunchie is where the edges of our fabric are, we're just going to fold them over neatly. I'm going to get another needle and thread. You won't need too much this time. And I'm going to sew the edges, the open edges of the scrunchie together so it all joins up. It's this edge where the two pieces of fabric meet. I'm going to sew that together. So I could use a running stitch to do this, or I could also use a blanket stitch. I'm going to use a running stitch. Okay, so that means the needle will go either side. I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit with the final stitch to make sure it's really secure. And then I'll get my scissors and do a knot. So once you've sewn those edges together, you've finished your scrunchie, and here it is. It's really colourful, really easy and quick to do, and it's really unique as well to your taste. So I've got my 3 scrunchies here now, and I can pop them into my hair. They look really, really cool. Little top notch going on here. And you can make them in so many different colours and variations. Thank you very much for joining me today with another Create and Craft with Artisan video. We really hope that you enjoyed making your scrunchies, and thank you very much for celebrating National Sewing Machine Day with us. We've had loads of fun, and we hope that you have too. We hope that everyone is staying well, staying happy, and we can't wait to see you all as soon as possible.